Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Fabiana and today I'll be making another tank top on my machine. This is the machine I'll be using, okay? And this is the top I'll be making today. I made this finish here, but in reality you can finish both sides like this. So it's like a tank top and it doesn't have the holes if you want, or you can make the holes on the sides as well. So I'm gonna be showing you how to make the neck here and how to make this cut for your arms as well, all on that machine. So the yarn you can be using is this cascade fixation yarn that I've been using it for a while now in a few projects, and that's because I had a bunch of this yarn at home because I used to make all my bikinis with it. And if you want to check some of my bikinis, you can check as well. There's a lot of bikinis made with this yarn, and you can use the patterns for this summer as well. So to make this top, we're gonna need 3 rows of cascade fixation yarn in any color of your preference. Cascade fixation has a big variety of colors. I think they have around 30 to 40 tones of colors, so we can make on that one. And you can also use this one. You can also be using the cakes if you want, and you can be using the mandala ombre as well if you want, if you think it's easier for you, okay? Because this is a stretchy yarn, there's a specific way you have to feed the yarn through your machine, and I'm gonna be explaining that on this video as well. Just because it's stretchy. If you don't want to work with this yarn, you can work with this one or this one, and just get to the same gauge. Probably with these 2 yarns make much less rows, okay? Which doesn't mean that the way you're gonna make changes, but the number of stitches and mainly rows is gonna change, okay? You could probably go away with the same number of stitches and just get a little wider tank top or a little longer, if that's what you want, okay? So on my pattern on knittingmachinepatterns.com, I'll be sharing for every size from extra small to extra large. You can go there, download the pattern. I charge like a little fee for the pattern just because it's a lot of work to make. And talking about that, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave me your comment if you've been enjoying my tutorials, because that means a lot to me and it means a lot to YouTube as well. So let's get into it. So I'm going to cast on 31 stitches. I'm using waste yarn, okay? So I'm gonna make 4 rows with waste yarn, and then I'm gonna put the fixation yarn in. So I'm going to put the fixation in now. As you can see, it's stretchy. So if you are using your Sentro machine, make sure you control the tension with your hands. And here on my machine, it has to be made by hand anyway, because it doesn't have a tension holder. Not that I know of anyway. So leave the yarn here, roll the counter back to 0. 0. And then we're gonna make our first row. I'm making 74 rows here for a medium. And then I'm going to start to shape the arms. As you can see, I already have the other side here. Then I'm going to start shape the arms on this side, and then after that I'm going to make the neck. So here I made 75 just because I wanted to start decreasing at the end of this row. Okay, on the other side I did the opposite way. I started decreasing on the other side of the machine, which is the beginning. Now I'm at the end here. Make sure you close this, otherwise you break your needles. And then you're gonna crank for 3 stitches only. Make sure the yarn goes all the way to the base, so the stitch is loose, it's not inside the hook. And now I'm just gonna grab these 3 and leave them inside the needle and crank it back until this first one is halfway open, okay? And the reason why is because it makes it easier to put the stitches through. So I have 3 stitches here. I'm going to remove this first one because this first one has to go on top of the second one, okay? And now I'm going to put the second one in the next hook, the hook that we just opened. I'm going to put the third stitch on top of it, only the third one, okay? So I have the second and the third here, and then I'm going to put the first stitch here in that next hook. So here, because we are making 2 stitches together in this hook, in this peg here, we'll be decreasing 1. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna make this next row now. And then we're gonna decrease again. Okay, so we're gonna repeat this 6 times, so you're gonna go from 31 stitches to 25. Okay, because we're gonna decrease 6. So 25 is gonna be our last one. Okay, and then if you wanna place a marker here where you started decreasing, because after this we'll be making 50 more rows, okay, before we start the neck. So as you can see here, we're gonna be decreasing, and that's how it looks like when you finish, like this, pretty perfect. And so you're gonna be decreasing the arm here on this side, and on the opposite side we're gonna decrease the neck, okay? So when you finish decreasing these 6 stitches, make from the marker, which is the first one you decreased, 50 rows. So from the marker, 50 rows up, and then we start the neck. I'm here at the end of row 123, which is 74 plus the 50 I said from the marker to the top. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this neck, we start decreasing 10 stitches all together. Okay, so to do that, what I'm going to do is, that's probably new for you guys, I'm going to make this row all the way until I have 10 left here. So 2, count before, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 10 is number 10 stitch. So from here to here, I'm going to cast off, okay? From this stitch to this stitch here, I'm going to cast them off. I'm gonna get a little waist yarn prepared. Okay, and then I'm gonna crank and make all the stitches before that. 10 right there. So remove that yarn, put inside, and then we're gonna make these stitches so to remove them out of the peg so we can cast them off. Okay, just stop there, and now we're gonna remove them with the waist yarn. Okay, you can be using this stitch holder as well. Doesn't really matter, doesn't make much difference. So okay, now because I left that yarn there, I can actually start cranking back just these stitches. Now, because we are not here anymore, it's not gonna count the rows anymore, so we need to count the rows with a manual row counter or something like that. Now from here, what I'm going to do is 14, 15, I have 15 now, I'm gonna decrease 3 more, so I have 12 left. To do that, I'm going to crank there, crank back, and then decrease here, the same way we did at the end before, okay? So we're gonna remove the 3, make 2 together. Okay, same way, so you're gonna be doing that 3 times, and after these 3 times, remove the stitches to the top where you're gonna cast off. We're gonna have 18 rows, okay? Why do we do this way? Okay, so we decrease 10, like we remove, bind off, cast off 10, and then here we decrease 3 more each second row, okay? And the reason why we do that is because we want this to be round and not square. Otherwise we would have a, like, this would be basically square. So this is the reason why we have to do one by one. It's the same here. If you do like that, you're gonna have a square, okay? If you bind off 6 straight away, you're gonna have a square here, instead of having a gradual decreasing, okay? So this is the reason why we are decreasing 3 more every second row here. Now we can make either this same panel again for the other side, because they're just the same, or you can make this panel, one of them you're gonna decrease the arms on the beginning and one of them at the end, and the next always gonna be on the opposite side, okay? So you're gonna be decreasing the arm here and the neck here, don't forget that. And make sure always you keep on a piece of paper, on a note, how many stitches you have. And also after the, if you wanna use one of your tops as a pattern as well, you can use one of your tank tops as a pattern, so you can just put on top and see if this covers half of it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make both sides one more time each side, and then I'm going to join them, seam them together on the sides. The sides I'm gonna seam both with the mattress stitch. And so now, before I even stitch the shoulders together, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bind all the bottoms off, so I can mattress stitch here on both sides first, and then after I made the sides, I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna do on the front. I want to make some holes here and crochet around them with another color. I think it's gonna look cool. So let's do this, okay? And grab needles, knitting needles. So if you don't have knitting needles, I would advise you to get some, because I think it's the easiest way and to bind off, and plus it, as you can see, it's really stretchy. So I'm gonna show you now what I did here. So you're gonna grab every stitch, just the next row after the waist yarn, and that's really easy to see as well, because if you use a waist in a very different color. So I'm going to grab them all the way to the end. So right after this, remove that yarn. Okay, and now I'm going to purl, because I'm on the purl side. Okay, so this one, I'm going, the first stitch, I'm going to just simply remove it. And the second one, I'm going to pull. Okay, and then put the second one on top of the first one and leave that loop just like it is, like that. So this way, it's not gonna be tied at the end. Now I finished all my 4 panels on the bottom. As you can see, it's stretching. And so in every side I left, let me see, this is the middle here, because that's where we have the neck. On every side I left a longer tail, so I can straight away join the sides together with that same tail, because I don't really like having 100 tails on my works. Okay, so now we're going to join both where we have the arms decreased. If you want, you can place a marker here. All the sides are the same, so when you reach that part there, they're both gonna be at the same spot. Okay, because we're gonna start from the bottom. The stitch I'm using here is the matrix stitch. So put that 2 shoulders on knitting needles. I think it's just easier to see the stitches this way. And then I made the other way around. I normally start here, but I don't think that would be a problem. This is our tank top, guys. I already joined the back of it with the same stitch that I joined on the sides as well. Okay, and so here what's gonna happen, I placed a few markers here, and that's where we're gonna join with the matrix stitch as well, because I'm gonna join only a few rows, like 2 or 3 rows in each one of these markers here. Okay, so place them before, so they are on the same spot on both sides, if you know what I mean. And if you want to make just a normal tank top, just like that, just stitch the front the same way I did on the back. And if you want to add ribbing, you can add ribbing here as well. It's just pull the stitches with the needle. I'm gonna actually put a tutorial of how to do it, really fast tutorial on the. I'm gonna add just now. I'm adding a playlist that's called Knitting Machine Basics, and there I'm gonna put all the basics, the videos for you guys to know, and then we are going to finish it off with the rainbow yarn, because I placed the post on my YouTube, and that's the choice that you guys had, make with the rainbow yarn, and I actually wanted the rainbow yarn as well. So I'm gonna finish it off with this, and I'm gonna quickly show you how I did it. Okay, but you can do the ribbing, and you can make a normal tank top if you want as well. Okay. And then after you make all these little holes, you can start making crochet around each one of them. Anyway, that's what I have now. Now I'm going to finish this top. part here, just before I make the crochet there. Now with this yarn and just a little bigger hook. Love these hooks because they have two ends, so it's a smaller one and a bigger one. I'm going to start making on the sleeves here. Then here we are going to grab way down, so chain one and a single crochet one, you can go a few rows under so the stitch is bigger, and I'm always keeping one, so one row. There you go, that's your choice guys, the rainbow color. So I'm gonna go around all the sides and the bottom as well, and then I'm gonna show you how it looks like.